Yeah, /live, something like that. And it might be /app that. I'd app that.
No, it's Mobi UTA/live.
Oh. There's no /users, that's a legacy user.
Or redirect. So.
Well, you have to do and then right there. Oh jeez.
Well, let's see how behind it is. Alright, I'm gonna close this and see. Oh jeez. Whoa, what happened? Oh, that streaming loss.
Oh god.
Oh wow. Okay, do you want to just Google Hangout too?
Yeah.
Wait. Go to the settings right there. It's your autos. Just go to 1080.
No, because it's lagging behind, so there's no point. Let's just hang out. Do you have Skype installed?
Yeah. But I think Hangouts is
Better quality? Okay.
Hey, Mobi.
No, so this thing's broken, but he has a VGA port, so it's like a hack of a hack, so we're porting his, which is screen sharing to mine, and so how many laptops does it take to run a Mobi meeting? That's the real question.
Guys.
There we go.
Thinking on the fly. Dude, why is this?
Google would hire us. All their
Dude, I run
technical
NPM
needs.
install has been running for like 10 minutes.
Really? That's weird.
No,
Can you call me?
Just like the .m thing, it's like allows you to the machine variables, and I don't know how is it like it might needs like the access from root user on Windows or whatever.
Now you're just talking. No one's paying attention.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alright.
Matt. I'm sorry.
Can you like full screen it?
That Kevin's so rude.
You're rude.
Making fun of his designs. Jeez.
What? I said his designs are good. You're, are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, I'm about to, or I'm trying to. Is it not? Cool. It's not like
Focus.
right there, I guess. Something like that.
So is this like a... Can I plug this in?
No, that's
Just
one of those
kidding.
ports. Here,
Yeah.
underneath here.
But yeah, so if I want to get the Mobi portal up and running, I tried running npm install and run. It's like not working.
I'll have to help you in a little bit.
Alright,
Alright guys, well it looks like we finally have it figured out. So the last time a lot of you guys were wondering how do you actually like save the data that you've been working on or make something what's up? I should be, yeah.
Can you also link up on Facebook?
It's the same link.
It's the same.
Yeah, so if you go to YouTube, what? Oh yeah, no, cool, it's working. Yeah. Awesome. So, alright, so a lot of the time, like last time you were talking about how to actually, someone mentioned how to actually put this up and save it. Well, way number one is if you have one of these Macs, so you can put it on your little like MyMap drive or whatever. But the way we typically go through is it's called Git, and I'll show you that in a second. But first things first, a lot of you were asking about the login page. Besides it always saying my name, which will be fixed very soon, here is essentially how you log in. So it's just member.idappthat.mobi, and Khan's actually working on like the little import script so that it'll send you the reset email. Oh, you finish it?
No, you need to send me the.
Oh, okay. So let me send that to him real quick so you can. Do you know how to open? Do you have Paw?
No.
All right. Let me export it
What
then.
do you use for your request?
Postman.
All right. I'm gonna send you a gigantic curl
Costs
request.
like $50.
Yeah, you guys are like I'm just using my terminal.
What, you curl?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you guys not curl?
I just sent you a gigantic. Okay, it's not as big as I thought.
This is this.
But okay, back into the login portal. For those of you worrying about videos, All right, so here's a couple things. So for anybody that was wondering, I know a lot of people wondered, like, when are we going to do Android or whatever? Well, we did the Maviacs course last semester or whatever. So if you go to Get Started, my internet's really slow up here for some reason, but you'll see that these are all of our videos essentially, and it just goes through, like, I guess step by step how to essentially. By the way, you won't be able to see this if you try and log in, just because of the fact that he's sending out the passwords.
I need a CSV.
Oh, it's the ping. Can you help him log into the drive? Cool. So anyway, so here's all the videos essentially. There's only like 5 or 6. We actually lost the last one because the last one Anthony was doing and he forgot to press the record button, so we just have his audio. So unless y'all just want to listen to Anthony, it's in the README file. So if you go back to courses and you hit view on GitHub, you'll be able to see like the actual textual based. Let me open this up since my laptop's being so slow. But if you go back to guide, you'll be able to essentially see number 6, which is associating users to the Firebase account. But that's just for you guys who are wondering. We also have the Study Buddy one up there and all that kind of stuff. And so the next thing is the iOS videos. So right now we have about like 4 or 5 of them. So the first one is an introduction to iOS in general. Second is an introduction to Xcode. So it literally goes over like buttons, where to click, what everything does. And so these are actually the ones that are recorded outside of this little Mobi Learn thing. Just because, what? Additional components? Okay, that's new. Hopefully that runs quickly. Alright, so anyways, the videos for this. So there's one video on Intro to iOS, one video Intro to Xcode, and there's actually 3 individual ones that are just for Swift alone. So like everything that Swift does. So the whole idea is we're going to start making like the Learn meetings here. We'll go, I guess, a little bit faster as you've noticed, and cover like more of a broad topic. But if you have any specific like, oh, what does this do, or what's up?
It's 2016 paper.
Yeah. And so you're like, oh, what does this do, or whatever. Essentially, all that will be covered in those videos. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. And then we're gonna get a community Slack going. So if anybody has any questions, stuff like that. But anyways, so this is a little Mobi portal. We're in the process of uploading the videos. Anyways, it's a lot more pain to actually like edit the videos down and stuff. But anyways, yeah, that's it. And they're working on sending out the email. You'll essentially get an email that looks a little something like this, not that one. Like this, and so it tells you to reset your password, and it will self-destruct in 2 hours. If you just go to that link, there will be as soon as it gets done loading here. Jeez, this internet today. Okay, cool. Well, I'm already logged in, so obviously it doesn't need me to. Let me log out. Okay, cool. So that's the Mobi portal. Anyways, easy to access for the videos. For those of you who are members, you'll be getting that email. But secondly, as I'm trying to stall for this to actually download, let's talk about what Git is. So we do a little intro to Git course, like every video that we do. But essentially, we have this, this map swipes already on GitHub that we've talked about, and where we upload the changes. But a lot of people aren't necessarily sure yet on how to like actually access it. So that's what I'll help with. So here we go. We're on the GitHub page, and you have map swipes. So let me click on that here. And we have the guide that we mentioned before. We have the actual like Xcode project, and then the files itself. So the first things first, one easy way you can do is download the zip and open it up. That's fine, like that works if you're just trying to download it. But for the most part, you won't be able to upload your changes or do anything like that. So the best way possible I recommend is that, first of all, if you want to star it, that'd be great, so that way you can essentially, if something changes, you'll get a notification. But if you go over here to fork, you'll actually fork this to your actual user. And so whenever you add the changes, essentially it'll upload in your name. So it's almost like a branch of your creations for this app anyways. But if I want to download it, so there's these things called cloning and downloading. They're the same thing. So cloning will actually allow me to push my changes back. So I hit this little clone download button, and I went in and clicked this copy the clipboard. All right. So I'm just going to open up a little thing so you can kind of see a little bit better. But I open my terminal here, and for those of you who've taken C with Brazil's, like he goes over terminal quite a bit, and it's basically the same from Windows, from Mac, or whatever it may be. Keep in mind this isn't like a pure Git course, so I'm not going to go like super in depth into it. The main part here is essentially just cloning the project in general. So let me make it a lot bigger so Nat doesn't yell at me. Alright, can't see it too well, but let's see. So first things first, there's this thing called ls. And what ls does is it just lists all your files, essentially. Super easy, just type ls, press enter. There's little special commands you can write like ls-a, tells you literally everything that's not hidden. Stuff like that, you just open that terminal. If you didn't get terminal to open, it's okay, just kind of watch a little bit. I'm kind of explaining a little bit more. But first thing is I want to change directories, right? So you can think of terminal as just like your Finder, just like your Windows Explorer, whatever it may be. But you can browse files, do everything you want through the terminal. And for me, it's a little bit faster, unless you're like dragging an image somewhere. Let me see how Xcode's doing. All right. So I'm going to change to my desktop. I just want to open that file, essentially. So I'm going to go in here. My Mac cannot handle it. Come on, terminal. Alright, well that's deciding to load. I'll kind of explain. So there's this one called CD, and you can try this yourself. Type CD space desktop. And if you hit tab, it'll actually autocomplete. If you type like desk, it'll know what to do. But CD stands for change directory. So essentially, you can change directories to your desktop, to your documents, wherever you want to store files, and then you'll be able to clone the project. And for this, I'll actually open it up here. So there's tutorials all online. If you have a software engineering project or a Java project and you need to work with someone, Git is the best way to go. So let's try this. All right, so you'll be able to type this thing called git clone, and you'll be able to paste everything in. And I'll make this a lot bigger so you can see it. Since my actual terminal doesn't work, I'll use a website's terminal. Oh wow, you can't see it in screen share. All right, let's make this a lot bigger. There we go. So you can see it says git clone, and oh wow, geez. Running a live stream and all this at the same time is not fun. All right, so git clone and then that URL that you copied essentially. And what that's going to do is if you use like wget or whatever, it clones or it takes all the resources from that and it puts it on your desktop. And so you'll have something like this. You can go into Finder, you can go into your desktop, and there will essentially be that exact same one. I have my stuff inside, I think it's developer, orgs, Mobi, learn, and mav swipes. I think it's this one, yeah, mav swipes. And so you'll essentially get something that looks just like this. Super simple. You can clone it, whatever you want to do. Open up. Wow, Xcode. What? I downloaded Mac OS Sierra yesterday, and it's apparently Xcode had a huge update.
Classic.
Yep. Just everything ruining today.
What's the endpoint? It's localhost that you sent me.
It's the I'll help you with a second.
It's members.
Yeah, I tried posting to it.
Geez, Xcode. All right. So while Xcode's loading, I'll essentially explain, what we were supposed to do today. Anyway, so the whole point is, okay, we have that application. Let me see if my simulator even works. So we have the application we've been building where you can click a button and it'll go one way, it'll say you like them, click a button, you say you didn't like them. And last time we talked about, let me go into it here and I'll show you the code. We went in and we made this gigantic, there's a giant list of people, and I said girl 1, girl 2, guy 2, guy 1, and we went through those and just we were able to swipe left and right, and it'll move to the next person essentially. So if you clone that repo, you should have that. All right. Well, if you had that, you should have that essentially. But the next part is to actually make them changeable. Essentially, let me see if I can find a actual list of someone who did it here. Yeah, whenever you put in the drive, or whenever you put in your Mav drive, or whatever is on the GitHub repo, whatever, it's up to you. If you were here to the last one. What's up?
Just out of curiosity, like if I wanted to change, so like if I link up like a button or something to code,
Mm-hmm.
if I wanted to change the name of the button, that's gonna how do I change the code?
Yeah, I'll show you that one second. Hey, okay. Hey, Nat, are you using your laptop? Can I use it, please? I'm so sorry. Because my Xcode's not running, and I can't really do it without Xcode. Yeah, so essentially, whenever there's a little property that you can go to that's in the top right, and that property will say the name. And so if you change the name at the very top, you'll also have to change it on the storyboard. So I'll show that in a second. Like, can you open Xcode? Does it work for you?
I'll do up, update also.
Oh my god.
I spent like 2 hours.
Really?
Oh, I also.
All right, let's see if I can screen share from one of these computers. Wow, sorry this happened. I had no idea. Let's see. I had it running yesterday, literally.
I have to install.
So while that's logging in, I'll kind of explain it a little bit more in detail. So last time we talked about those segues, essentially. And so these segues were right up here. We used the control button and dragged it over. And I talked about having a modal, a set detail, and then a replace. So essentially, there's 3 ways you can change an a view controller. And so here's 2 view controllers here. So the modal, and you can see where he's setting it right here. So the modal actually opens up from the top. It's kind of like if you're on a web browser and you press like a button, it goes up. Oh, cool. It's open. All right. So if you open a button or you open a website and some kind of alert pops up, this is more like a modal. Or if you have an iPhone, it'll show like what your password is. It'll pop up from the bottom. Typically, in our case, we want to show detail. Because what that means is if I have, at the top where there's a back button, it'll actually go into the next one. For those of you who've used Android before, you have to set the parent activity. With this one, it's a lot easier because literally all you have to do is press the back button or set as detail, and it does everything for you. So let me see if he names it anywhere. Oh man, now Safari's or Chrome's crashing. Okay, there we go. So I guess in our case, while that's happening, I'll explain what he's doing on this side.